You ever look back at a single moment and realize that was the moment your life shifted gears? Like something out of a movie, just minus the background music and dramatic lighting. For me, it was when I found a half-eaten protein bar under the passenger seat of Dana's car. Sounds dumb, right? But that crumpled wrapper had no business being there, and neither did everything that followed. Dana and I had been married for 12 years. Long enough that we didn't finish each other's sentences anymore, but still knew exactly how the other took their coffee. Ours wasn't some picture-perfect fairy tale, but we had a rhythm. Weekends were for sleeping in and bickering about yard work. Tuesdays were taco night, no exceptions. Sex wasn't fireworks every time, but it wasn't dead either. Just familiar. Comfortable. We'd had a small blow-up around New Year's over something stupid, like really stupid. I'd used the last of the almond milk, and apparently, that was enough to spark a full-blown Cold War. She gave me the silent treatment for 2 days, and when she finally spoke, it was to ask if I could grow the hell up. That was it. No make-up fight, no passionate reconciliation. She just snapped back to normal like it never happened. Except something felt off after that. Hard to explain, but it was like living with a version of Dana that only looked like my wife. She'd never been warm and fuzzy, but there was a weird detachment now. Like I was the roommate she only tolerated because I paid half the mortgage. I chalked it up to the argument, figured we were both just still pissed. But then little things started popping up. Like that protein bar. It was the same kind Dana hated, said the texture was like chewing cardboard with protein farts. But there it was, wedged under her passenger seat, half-eaten. She said it was her coworker Jess's, that Jess had ridden with her to a yoga class. Alright, no big deal. But I texted Jess a few days later, just casually, and mentioned Dana had told me they were carpooling to yoga. Jess replied, "Oh, I haven't been to yoga in months. Tell Dana I miss her." Huh. I didn't bring it up. Maybe Dana just mixed up the days or didn't want to admit she'd gone with someone else. But it planted a seed. And once a seed like that's in the soil, it starts growing roots fast. She started working late more. Not crazy hours, just enough that I noticed. She'd come home flushed, like she'd been out in the sun. Said traffic was nuts. One time she mentioned a staff meeting that I swear she'd already told me happened the week before. Another night, she came home smelling faintly like cologne. When I asked about it, she laughed it off, said one of the guys from sales must have hugged her goodbye. "He wears enough body spray to fumigate a stadium," she joked. I laughed too, but it didn't sit right. I'll admit, I ain't perfect. I've flirted before. Nothing serious, just casual banter at the bar when I'm out with the boys. But I never crossed that line. 12 years, and I stayed faithful. Even when she got cold. Even when I felt like a ghost in my own damn home. A few weeks ago, we got into another minor spat. She'd left her curling iron plugged in, and I'd tripped over the cord. She barked at me for not watching where I was going. I said something about her needing to stop leaving her crap everywhere. That was it. Not even yelling, just a grumble and a grunt. But she stormed off, slammed the bedroom door, and didn't come back out until morning. Then she was sweet as pie the next day. Made me pancakes. She hates making pancakes. Said she wanted to reset the mood. At first, I was grateful, even impressed. But then I noticed she changed her password on her phone. She always used the same dumb code, our wedding date. I knew it by heart. But when I went to check the weather one morning while hers was closer than mine, I got hit with the wrong password buzz. I asked her about it, and she shrugged. Said she'd updated it because her boss was being weird about tech security. Fair enough. But she didn't tell me the new one. And just like that, I started noticing everything. She started shaving more frequently. Bought new bras I hadn't seen before. Got her nails done twice in 1 week. She'd show up after girls' nights, with a buzz in her step, but no trace of booze on her breath. And once, I caught a glimpse of her phone screen, a text that disappeared too fast for me to read, but I saw the heart emoji at the end. I asked who it was. She laughed and said, Lisa sends hearts to everyone, it's just her thing. I don't even know Elisa. Then there was the wallet incident. I found it in the laundry basket while sorting clothes, which is weird enough. When I opened it to toss out the old receipts like I always do, she calls me her wallet butler. I found a gas station receipt from 2 towns over. Late at night. She said she stopped for gas on the way back from seeing her mom, but her mom lives in the opposite direction. When I pointed that out, she snapped, Why are you going through my stuff? That's when I stopped asking questions. Not because I believed her, but because I knew she'd keep lying. And man, the lying got bolder. One afternoon, she said she had to run to Target for toilet paper. Came back 3 hours later with a tiny bag of makeup and a Red Bull. I asked if she forgot the toilet paper. She said the store was out. I checked the app. Plenty in stock. When I showed her, she smiled like I was the crazy one and said, You seriously checked the Target app? You need a hobby. Maybe I do. But lately, my hobby's been watching her unravel this house of cards she built, one bad lie at a time. Here's the thing. I haven't confronted her. Not yet. I've played it cool, acted like I'm just tired, distracted, overworked. I've been gathering pieces, watching her squirm under the weight of her own stories. Letting her think she's got me fooled. Because I've got a plan. And when the final card drops, she's not gonna see it coming. And yeah, I might have started rewriting my own rulebook too. But that's a story for later. I didn't mean to start spying on my wife. That's not who I am. I'm a middle-aged guy with lower back pain and a loyalty streak wide as the Mississippi. I pay my taxes, grill a mean ribeye, and believe folks should tell the truth, even if it hurts. But Dana, she turned our marriage into a damn escape room, and suddenly I was hunting for clues in my own house. It's funny, when you think someone's cheating, you start noticing stuff you'd usually brush off. Like how she suddenly started carrying 2 phones. When I asked about the second one, she claimed it was her old work phone and said she only kept it because it still had all her podcasts saved on it. Seemed weird, but I let it go. Hell, I don't even listen to podcasts. Maybe that's on me. She also became real touchy about where she left her car. She used to park in the driveway, same spot every time. Then she started parking down the street, said she didn't want tree sap running her paint. We don't even have trees with sap near the driveway. Then came the real kicker. One night she got home and I heard the car door close, but no engine. When I peeked through the blinds, she was just sitting there. For almost 10 minutes. I watched her fix her hair in the mirror, put on lipstick, and then finally come inside. She said she'd been on the phone with her sister. Her sister lives in Australia. It was 3 a.m. there. And yet, still no proof. Just gut feelings and mismatched stories. It's like trying to nail Jell-O to a damn wall. The more I watched, the more Dana doubled down on pretending everything was fine. She started initiating sex again, something she hadn't done in over a year. At first I went with it. But something about it felt performative. Like she was checking it off a list. The affection wasn't real. It was like kissing someone doing a bad impression of your wife. Once, in the middle of it, she whispered his name. I didn't call her out. Just stared at the ceiling and let her finish. Next morning, she acted like nothing happened. That was when I stopped feeling hurt and started feeling curious. I decided to test the waters. Started talking about an old flame from college, Shelby. Dana always hated her, called her that clingy bleach blonde disaster. I brought her up casually, said she'd send me a friend request on Facebook. Dana didn't even blink. Just muttered, "Huh. That's random," and went back to scrolling Instagram. Now, normally, she would have thrown a fit. Accused me of flirting. Demanded to see the message. But she didn't care. Because her conscience was already dirty, and mine being a little smudged wouldn't make a damn bit of difference. So I leaned into it. I accepted the friend request. Shelby and I talked. Just catching up at first, nothing shady. But the more we talked, the more I realized how lonely I'd become. Shelby made me laugh. Asked about me instead of pretending to listen while she answered texts. One night, I met her for a drink. Nothing happened. I told Dana I had a late work meeting. She didn't even ask where. Eventually, Shelby kissed me. And I let her. Didn't feel guilty. Didn't feel good either. Just felt numb. Like someone else was living my life while I watched from the cheap seats. A few days after that, Dana got real chummy again. Said she missed us and wanted to do a weekend getaway. Suggested a little B&B we used to hit in the mountains. Part of me thought maybe, she was trying to fix things. But while she was packing, I saw her phone light up. I wasn't snooping, she'd left it face up on the bed. The message just popped up. Last night was amazing. Still smell you on me. No name. Just a gray text bubble sitting there like a fresh turd on white carpet. She came back in the room humming to herself, zipping up her overnight bag. When she saw me looking at the phone, she didn't flinch. Just picked it up and said, "Oh, that's just Lisa. You know how she jokes." Lisa again. Damn ghost of a woman I'd never met, apparently out here smelling like sex and sending haikus about it. I didn't say a word. Just nodded and went back to folding my clothes. Because here's the thing, I already knew about him. I'd started digging quiet-like. Checked her mileage. Noticed patterns. Even followed her once. I knew the hotel. Knew the room number. Knew his name. I just hadn't dropped the hammer yet. Because I had my own plan. Let her think she's still in control. Let her believe the lies are working. She wants to play chess, but I'm out here building a damn mousetrap. And it's almost finished. Next time she leaves for drinks with the girls, I'll be waiting. And when I play my hand, well, let's just say it'll be one hell of a checkmate. She booked the hotel like it was an anniversary trip. Picked a place we used to love, tucked up in the hills, woodsy, quiet, one of those spots with hot tubs in every room and a fake fireplace you turn on with a switch. I hadn't been there in years. She probably figured nostalgia might fog up the mess she'd made. I smiled the whole way up the mountain. Nodded when she said she missed us. Let her hold my hand in the car. She even played that playlist she used to love, Norah Jones and that soft indie crap she used to hum in the kitchen. I just let her talk, all syrup and sweetness, while I watched the lies drip off her lips like sap from a sick tree. She had no idea I'd already filed. I had the papers packed in my duffel, along with a folder of receipts, GPS logs, screenshots, and a pretty little copy of her messages to Colton. I didn't even have to snoop. She backed up her phone to the cloud and forgot I knew the password. Sloppy. Real sloppy for someone who lies like it's her native language. We checked in late afternoon. Got a corner suite with a view of the lake. It was beautiful. Cold outside, warm in the room. She took a long bath. Shaved her legs. Told me she was ready for a new chapter. I almost laughed right there. Instead, I poured her a glass of wine and waited. She came out of the bathroom in lingerie I hadn't seen in years. The same one I once bought her for our 10th anniversary, back when I still believed in things like working through it. She crawled into bed, soft and slow, curled up against me like nothing was broken. And that's when I said it. I know. She blinked. Know what? I know about Colton. The motel. The texts. All of it. I sat up, reached over, and pulled the envelope off the nightstand. Dropped it in her lap. She didn't open it. Just stared at it like it was a live grenade. I've known for weeks, I said. You really thought the Target runs and spa days lined up? Hell, Dana, you sent a heart emoji to the wrong group chat one night. To me. Real genius move. She went pale. Chuck, Don't insult us both. Her mouth opened, but no words came out. She just sat there, clutching that manila folder like it was gonna burst into flames. I already filed, I said. Lawyer's solid. Got the hotel charges, the phone logs, even your messages about how pathetic I am. Real classy, by the way. She finally found her voice. Wait, you read those? Oh, I read everything. You got creative. Proud of you. I got out of bed and pulled on my jeans. Started packing. Not because I had to, hell, the room was in my name, but because I was done. She followed me, all stammer and panic, trying to spin it. It didn't mean anything. Don't care. It was just physical. Still don't care. Can't we talk about this like adults? I zipped my bag. You mean like you talked to Colton about how checked out I am? Or how easy I was to fool? Damn, Dana, you made it a whole hobby. She started crying. Said she didn't want it to end like this. That we had too much history. That she made a mistake. So I gave her one final gift. I turned, looked her in the eye, and said, You didn't make a mistake. You made a choice. And now you get to live with it. I left her standing there in her lingerie, envelope still in hand, mascara starting to run. I didn't look back. That was 2 months ago. The divorce is moving fast, clean split, thanks to the proof. House stays with me. Truck too. Max, the dog, doesn't even flinch when she's not around anymore. I've got peace now. Real peace. The kind you don't realize you're missing until the noise finally stops. Shelby and I met up again last week. Just drinks. Just laughs. Nothing serious, yet. But it feels honest, which is more than I can say for the last 5 years of my marriage. Dana tried texting a few times. Said she wants to talk. Said she's healing. She sent a photo from the Lakeview room. I blocked her. She wanted to escape the life she had? Fine. Now she gets to live in the one she wrecked. And me? I'm sleeping easy. Eating better. Lighter than I've been in years. Sometimes losing a woman isn't the tragedy you think it is. Sometimes it's the best damn favor she ever did for you.